All right, part 2 of the video for the chili. I cooked my vegetables with my meat for about 15 minutes on like medium-low. Now I'm going to add my beans. These are black beans and red kidney beans. And I drained them so that you don't have all that, like cookie stuff in there. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. Okay, now I'm going to add my corn, Mexican corn, drained. And now I'm going to add a can of diced green chilies. These are mild. You can use the hot if you like. I'm just going to give this a big stir. Now I'm going to go ahead and add my tomato puree. Now you don't have to add any of this if you don't want. You can basically just add your stewed tomatoes without the puree. But I like mine kind of saucy, so I'm going to do that. And then I might even add some tomato paste to this, if the consistency is not, to what I want. And I am going to add my stewed tomatoes. Now if I were to eat this now, it would taste kind of weird. So I'm actually going to add about 3 tablespoons of this, because I really like the flavor of this. And I'm going to actually add maybe 2 or 3 tablespoons of brown sugar to this mixture along with that. And I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of ketchup, just because I like the flavor of that. There's my 3 large tablespoons of the sauce, the barbecue sauce there. I'm going to add a little bit more of my Worcester sauce because I really like this flavor. I'm going to do a few pinches of that and give it a little stir here. I added in my 3 tablespoons of ketchup. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of very dark molasses. It'll add a lot of sweet spiciness to this, and also it'll thicken it. There's my molasses. It's about 2 tablespoons. I'm going to add a pinch of salt and pepper to this. I'm not going to add my other spices yet until I put all this stuff in. Okay, I have my salt and pepper. Now I'm going to add either half the can or maybe the whole can, just depending on how thick I want this. And then I'm going to go ahead and toss these in. These are just the 2 cans of the stewed tomatoes. I probably won't add the tomato sauce. Okay, we have our entire can of the tomato paste, and I got about 3 tablespoons of brown sugar to this. And I'm going to add my stewed tomato can. Sometimes the tomatoes are kind of big. You might want to cut them up. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I'm going to end up adding the second can. And then I'm going to put in my herbs and spices right after this. I'm actually going to break these tomatoes up because they are kind of large. So I'm just going to break them in half and just toss them on in. And then I'll come back with all of the herbs and spices. Actually, I forgot to put my jalapeno in, but I can still do that. So I'm just going to cut up teeny little pieces of 1 jalapeno and go ahead and put it in. It will make